Okay, so let's go back to the book. And David writes, the frequently cited metaphor of the history of life on Earth, in which human civilization occupies only the final second of the day during which life has so far existed, is misleading. In reality, a substantial proportion of all evolution on our planet to date has occurred in human brains, and it has barely begun. The whole of biological evolution was but a preface to the main story of evolution, the evolution of memes. Now, that bears repeating. You see this in biology textbooks, you see this in geology textbooks. If you regard the beginning of life on Earth as being January the 1st, of a particular year, then by the time you get to December 31st of that same year, human beings only appear in the final second, if you were to spread out evolution that long, or geological time anyway, that long. So it appears as if we haven't been that profound. We're not very profound compared to all other life on Earth. But that's a strange measure of the profundity of evolution in the universe. Because really, although there has been a vast amount of evolution biologically speaking, if we consider all forms of evolution, all forms of change that have ever happened, then the evolution of ideas that has happened over time far outstrips what goes on in biology and will continue to. The rate of change of ideas in human civilization is far, far greater and far faster than anything that's going on in the biological realm. Fast though that may be, it is completely outstripped. So again, as David says, in reality, a substantial proportion of all evolution on our planet to date has occurred in human brains, and it has barely begun. The whole of biological evolution was but a preface to the main story of evolution, the evolution of memes. Now, if anyone out there ever listens to the podcaster Joe Rogan, Joe speaks in terms like this now and again when he's in particular moods. He will talk about precisely that, actually, how it seems as though his understanding of human beings is that we are giving birth to something that he's not sure of what it is, but it's something technological, it's something beyond biology, it's something post-governed by natural evolutionary laws, or natural biological evolutionary laws. We're moving beyond that. And his common sense understanding of that he's come to is quite right, and in line with this idea that biological evolution is merely a preface to whatever is coming next, this evolution of ideas, which might allow us to fly free completely of our biology. At the moment, we're not there. At the moment, we are very much subject to biology. But if one day we can have bodies that are more robust and not made out of packets of meat, but our brains are able to be put into something far more resilient, something like silicon, then evolution will not have a bearing on us. We won't have brains that are determined by genes. We'll have brains instead that run minds that are completely independent of our bodies, and therefore will not be subject to the biological necessities that we have, like eating and drinking and so on and so forth, etc.
It's just too much to think about.
Yeah, but we have to.
I know, we do have to. And one of the things that's always been amusing to me is that we seem to have this insatiable desire to improve things.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered why. But is that maybe because this is what human beings are here for?
Yeah, it's what we do.
Yeah.
It's who we are.
Right.
Yeah.
But is this a product of just us being intelligent, trying to survive against nature and predators and weather and all the different issues that we evolved growing up and dealing with?
Right.
And then now we just want things to be better. We just want things to be more convenient, faster, but more data.
And whatever the case is, this process of meme replication is not controlled by the genes. They're analogous in the sense that both of them evolve, both genes evolve over time and memes evolve over time, but the memes are not in the genes. And this is where evolutionary psychology gets things so seriously wrong at times. To think that all of our memes, our ideas are in some way, if not determined by, then certainly shaped by biological determinism. That there's genes that cause us to have certain thoughts. Now that might be true, but that would be the tiniest fraction of thoughts we ever have, are ones in which there's some biological antecedent, in which you could trace some sort of idea to a gene. That would be a rare exception to the rule.